I'm Mark Nuttall. I'm stood on Harwich docks at 5 o'clock in the morning with 5 other rally drivers. We're on our way to Norway. I'm going to get on that ferry and we're going to Raudeberg in Norway to learn how to drive on ice. Driving on ice using spiked tyres in sub-zero temperatures is one man's idea of training would-be rallyists in the art of gravel driving. John Haugland's Winter Rally School was where I was going for lessons and to test my newly built rally car, along with 5 other drivers also on the course. After landing at Gothenburg in Sweden, we have driven our respective vehicles the 600 kilometres to Raudeberg in Norway. And as the course started immediately, the first priority was to change the tyres over. I'm just going to explain a little bit about tyres to you. We've travelled over here on these tyres, which are the gravel tyres we would be using in the forest back home. We're going to swap to these, which have, as you can see, have got these spikes in, which give you grip on ice and snow on the lake and the lanes on which we will be driving. These things go into the rubber. As the rubber gets hot, they do get loose and start to come out, and also get worn down, as you can see. They go in. They stick out about 15 to 20 millimetres on a tyre this size. For a full Group A tyre, which the big Subarus and Toyotas, Mitsubishis use, the stud will come out about 20 to 30 millimetres.
How many sets of tyres have you changed so far this morning?
3 full sets on 3 cars, and I think there's another 3 to do.
You having fun?
Yeah, it's good fun. Bit cold, but it's good fun.
At the beginning of the winter, when Norwegian lakes are frozen over in the sub-zero temperatures, which range from 0 to minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit, John Haugland is preparing to take students from all over the world for a week of rally driving tuition. As we strapped ourselves into the cars on the first real morning, we'd all been instructed to go out onto the lake and enjoy ourselves. Basically, in Haugland terms, that means push hard and find the limit. The limit is somewhere between being in and out of control. Fantastic! A licence to go out and be a loony. But what happens if you lose control? Someone had asked. The car will just crash into the soft snow at the side of the track and you'll be pulled out with the Nissan Patrol, was the reply. That sounded okay, but we'll talk to Gethin Jones about that later. The afternoon was to be spent with John instructing, as would day 2. The latter couple of days were to be out on real ice stages, due to be used on the forthcoming New Medals Rally. That is the Norwegian equivalent of Britain's RAC Rally. The lake didn't look like a lake at all. It looked more like a racetrack with snow on it. Although I was told there was half a metre of ice covering the 6-foot deep water, but I tried not to think about that. When the day ended, it was back to the hotel for more instruction, this time in the classroom. These were going to be long, hard days.
The right things. And also the events sometimes, because we're doing it in the wrong way. It happens so many times and you know it. And it is that this bloody car needs to be finished before the rally, and it's hard work the last days before the rally is starting. Apples, pears, and it's very easy to work it for your stomach.
No beer, eat pasta, drink cold tea,
yes,
no biscuits.
No.
What about sex?
Nuts and raisins.
No,
This rally driving is no good.
That's a good thing. Yeah? Honestly, that's a good thing.
Maybe we'll stay.
Because I know this also for other sports. His trainer, he said he told him, I give you one advice we must try, and you take a girl out for a good night out and stay with her in the night before the match. We'll see, and that worked. That worked.
So is it okay in between rallies as well when you're with the boys?
John had been a works rally driver for Skoda for 15 years and was responsible for much of the infamous pedigree of rallying success. He first got the idea for the ice school in 1989 when he and a friend were messing around practicing on a frozen lake. Where else could a car be pushed so hard with such little danger of being damaged? The seed was planted and he set up the school. Now, unless you book well in advance, the places are taken up very quickly. Many top drivers have been instructed on these lakes, drivers including Alistair McRae, Mark Higgins, even touring car racer John Cleland. After the first morning thrash around, John started to show us how to drive in a different way, using techniques like left foot braking. This is simply a process of keeping your right foot planted on the accelerator and using your left foot to lightly touch the foot brake. This transfers the weight of the car to the front, putting more grip on the driving wheels and giving more turn-in. Earlier on in the day, John had given me a demonstration. In his hands, the car simply danced around the lake, and it made me realise there was a lot more to learn in the coming week.
I can never make it. It always goes in the ruts.
Right.
If I could get it on the inside of the ruts, it would be still better, but it always goes in the ruts.
Is it now time to drill the ruts and let water through?
Yeah. Okay. On that, that's not so very warm now, but just on that place, it's that's good to have some water in there now. So we're drilling hole.
Yeah.
Water comes in.
Yes.
And overnight it freezes and it's solid like the floor again.
Yeah. Good. Thanks, John.
All right.
Thank you.